Oops. Yeah, going to get to talk about this in a moment. If you're on the replay, thanks for joining me. Welcome to the Daily Love Scope. Actually, going to do this. I'll put that back over there. Hi. Welcome. Sorry, I'm juggling around things here in my hands. Lost my props. Oh, that's fun. Okay. That's what I was doing. All right. So, hi. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. My name is Barry Selby, and you're joining me for my Daily Love Scope, which I was off track for a while, but getting back on track now. I'm looking to see if certain people joining the scope because we were talking yesterday and I want to continue the conversation. Hi, Giselle. Nice to see you here. I'm going to show you a meme in a second because it just started this whole conversation with somebody today. I think you might enjoy and it might trigger something for you. That's the way it works. So let me start off by saying hi. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. This is going to be probably about at most a 20-minute, 25-minute scope because I've got other commitments on Periscope after that. But if you're here for the first time, thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming in. And make sure you do tap the little guy in the corner and follow me on Periscope. And also, if you'd be so kind as to share on Periscope, on Twitter, and also invite your followers on Periscope, that'd be awesome as well. Now we'll get to the topic at hand. My name is Barry Selby. I'm known as the Love Doctor to my friends. I'm the heartbreak repair specialist with my clients. I help my clients heal their hearts and attract amazing relationships. I am a number one best-selling author, which is, here are my props. It's my book, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. It's out on Amazon. It's also my website. If you go to barryselby.com and you click on the book, you can get the book there physically or ebook, and you get the link there for the Kindle version too. I'll get to that more in a minute. So thanks for coming in. I am still sort of waiting for some people to join in who I'm expecting. So bear with me as I sort of pad a little bit. Let me ask you this before I jump into this. If you're in a relationship right now, can you put a 2 in the comments? And if you're single right now, put a 1 in the comments, please. Just want to get a sense of the audience I'm speaking to. And there's only a few people online right now. But it'd be good to know if any of you actually are single or in relationships. I know what the makeup of the audience is. That'd be cool. No? Yes? All right, we'll see. But I'll show you the meme now because this has been a thing that's been somewhat amusing. 1.5, half in, half out. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate you letting me know, Chris. Appreciate it. All right, so let me show you this meme because this is something that came up. Oops. Green. All right, this is the meme that I came up with today, and it is the most interesting man, the most intelligent man in the world. Most interesting man is the word that's it. So I don't always fall in love. Sorry, I know the voice for it. I don't always fall in love. Just like this guy's funny. But when and this is actually an edit of somebody else's meme. But when I do it with completely wrong person, and then I F up my life a great deal. Because I'm obviously not the most interesting person or intelligent man in the world. Okay, I totally messed it up, but if you read it, that'd be good. But this is the point. And this is fundamental. Absolutely fundamental. So, key thing is, when you do fall in love, you fall in love with a completely wrong person, and then you F up your life a great deal. So, let me speak to this and get back on track, because this is something that has been frustrating, to say the least, with my clients and with me. So I'm trying to get out of the sunlight, so I'm not getting this big, like, bright, blinding light across my sparkly white shirt. This isn't a pretty subject. Even though it sounds exciting, romantic adventures and attracting the love you want and being excited and all that sort of stuff. But it's fundamental. There's another meme going around which I can't find right now. It's on my Facebook profile, which is from Louise Hay, about how so many school kids are inundated and taught all these different dates of battles and wars. And I grew up in England. So we have a much bigger list, because to be honest, the folks in the States have a much shorter list because you're doing mostly national events, not international. But in England, because we were a world power back in the 1800s, a long time ago, there's a lot of wars we were involved with, so there's a much bigger history. But the bottom line is this. We're being taught in schools about dates in history, about wars and battles. To what end? What's the benefit of that? And yet what we're not taught in schools is how to manage money, how to live healthy, how to eat right, how to have successful relationships. None of that stuff is taught in schools. It should be, I'd say. Somehow it's presumed to either We learn by osmosis from our parents, because they don't teach us directly usually, unless you're lucky, or by living in the world. Well, the world doesn't teach us stuff overtly, let's put it that way. There are lessons always around us. That's not an argument, that one. But the thing is, when you're out in the world, who teaches you about how to do business? How to set up a corporation, for example, if you want to go independent? How do you get on track with health? How do you eat right? What's the right way to eat? What's the right things to eat? How do you have a healthy relationship? There's no academic path, educational path in the school system, certainly. Pretty much anywhere. I mean, you can go into college for like financial planning, stuff like that, but then you become an expert in that, not so much as a user of that. And that's the thing. Those courses that are offered in schools are to teach you how to be one of the teachers of that, not to actually use it. So for the vast majority of people in the world, particularly in the Western world where we have educational systems that have this structure in place. Hi, Christy, nice to have you here. It's like, how do we actually learn fundamental life skills if they're not taught to us in school? And yes, I know lots of stuff. Nice to have you here, Christy. And since you're here, you can actually type out the URL when we get to that point. I'm not doing it yet, but when I get to the end of the scope, we can promote the next week's summit. That's a little plug, by the way, which I'll get to later. But this is the thing that's been bugging me lately in my scopes and in my Facebook posts. We have a school system, an education system, that doesn't prepare us for life. And as I just said, for those just joining me, I mentioned there's a Louise Hay meme going around this morning. I saw it this morning on my Facebook wall, newsfeed, that she says, kids in school are taught all these dates about wars and battles, and in England, way more longer lists than you get in the States. But we're not taught things of any use, because the dates of battles in history, the Battle of Hastings, 1066, which I memorized because it was something I was taught when I was a kid. What relevance has that got to do with my life, to live life? What we're not taught in school, though, is how to get a job well, unless you're in a school that has an advanced way of thinking and teaching. How to handle your finances, how to plan, how to invest, how to set up a corporation, how to get healthy, how to eat right. You get fed what's in the canteen or the cafeteria at school, but they don't teach proper eat meal plans. And when it comes to relationships, there's nothing in the school system that helps you with that, except your random experience of dating in high school, which is, I can go from experience, was never an easy thing. So what do you do? Because in the area of relationship, which is my speciality and my passion, when I talk to people and clients, there's no foundation of learning in there. And so we wonder why the choices end up being calamitous. And that's the thing, why people date the wrong people. I talked about this yesterday briefly, and I'll talk about it again today just to drop the seed in there as well, is that we, in these areas of life, money, career, health, relationships, all these things, we learn by modeling what we saw around us as kids, outside school. Parents, grandparents, relatives, peers, parents of friends, etc., etc. We see those models out there and we take that on as the way it should be. Exactly, Christy, and so many don't have a good example to follow. And so many parents don't give a good example either. There's issues on both sides. That's why I do what I do. Because I've made my fair share of mistakes, a lot of them, but I've learned. And I've been studying this arena, this area of personal development, human growth, evolution, people, masculine, feminine, polarity, relationships, all this stuff, for almost 30 years. Actually, over 30 years. 84 is when I started this. So I've got some skills and some knowledge under my belt. Some of it's useful. And that's why it's in my book, because that's got a bunch of fundamental stuff in it. But I want to speak particularly to the ladies out there, and also to those who are looking for love in all the wrong places, as that song goes, that there's an option. And I've been looking at what I could do to help. And yes, I do have private clients I coach. And I've mentioned this before, that I have an online program. I'm going to share it again today just because I want to make sure you know about it, because it's a bargain and it will change your life and it'll be good for you. Is that good enough? So the link for it, I'm just going to move the phone so you can see it, because I want to just plug that now and come back to it later on. There we go. Right. So it's called Your Dating Advantage. And if you go to my website, and you either go to barryselby.com or theloveconfident.com, whoops, there we go. And it's YDA Workbook, which is Your Dating Advantage Workbook. That's the link. And it is a, just go down to the That's what it is right there. It's not one page, it's a whole workbook. But it's on sale. I want to make sure you know about that. So I'll come back to that in a moment. But I want to talk to about, as I said in my topic, do you know where you're going? Because most people out there, and you may be included, in your dating track, are tending to find that your dating choices are based upon either reaction to the last one or hoping for the next one without any clarity. And this is an error in approach. That simple. I'm being polite because I could say how effed up it is, but I won't go there. But this is the dance I watch people do in the dating arena, and this is, I mean, at least it's not the same as in some countries where marriages are arranged. There's a whole other conversation which I'm not going to get into because it's not my skill area. But I've seen people who've come out of that wounded, hurt, and heartbroken. But when you do it intentionally, as in choosing a relationship where you think it's going to be great and it falls apart within 6 months, a year, 10 years, because something happens that you didn't plan for, then what do? You try it again with the same level of understanding, the same level of knowledge. That to me is, well, as Albert Einstein has been quoted, whether it's accurate or not, I don't know. His definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting different results. So if you are not choosing a different path of dating after the ones that before didn't go, then it is insanity, yes. And that to me is wasting your life. Jinx, right? But this is the piece for me that's so vital, is, and this is not just about relationship, I mean, I want to talk about this in global sense, that we do not have really good education in our school system, in our parental raising, or in our general lives around love, relationships, money, finances, career, health. All these things we end up clumsily learning when we stumble across somebody who knows something more than we do. And that is the thing about, if you don't know what you're looking for, or you don't know where you're going, it's going to be random. So I want to make sure you get this, that in most of the big areas of life, and in my coaching training I've had, there's about 3 mega niches, which is money, health, and relationships, with everything comes underneath that, which I get, except for the spiritual teaching, which is something else, which I also do. Oh, hang on. The sun has moved again, so I'm going to move myself so I don't have that yellow sheen across the side. It's key, it's vital to be aware, at least, that you don't necessarily have the biggest toolkit in areas of your life you'd like to have it in. And having that awareness might lead you, perhaps, to seek out guidance, help, education, inspiration, teaching. Thank you. It's the sun. But it's that opportunity to be aware of the fact that you probably weren't raised with the right tools and skills for life successfully, which is really insane considering we have such a big education system. So my offer for my program, which I was mentioning, is really to give you a functional tool belt, toolkit in the area of romance and relationships. This one's for the ladies, but my coaching's for men and women. But the thing is, I recommend that if you're looking to grow skills in a certain area of your life, that you seek out a teacher in that area on your own, of your own volition, because you probably didn't get it from your parents, and probably, I'd say, certainly not from your high school. So then what do? That's what I'm saying. Reach out, seek someone who has more education than you do in areas that you want to learn, so you can learn from them, whether it's books, programs, coaching, whatever that is. I happen to specialize in the area of relationships because I've studied a lot about that and written a book about it. So I can offer my services in that arena. That's what I do. But I don't offer financial planning because that's not my skill set. I have people I get help from in that area, because most of us don't have every area down perfectly. There are people who are financial wizards out there who have no clue about health and fitness. There are people out there who are really good at health and fitness who have no clue about relationship and dating. And there are people who are in the dating arena who don't have a clue about the other areas too. Yes, that's me. So I go to other people who can teach me. I have health practitioners who I trust and rest my health guidance in their hands because I trust them. And there are people who trust me for their hearts and their love life and their relationships. And that's really what it's about, is having your life go better by getting help from people you trust. And I recommend that you definitely vet those people you meet, because, and I'm doing a scope on this in about an hour from now, about competition in the world of being an entrepreneur and being a coach. I'll say this just piece now quickly, I'll repeat it again later. I live in Los Angeles, and about every 6 months, a whole bunch of the relationship coaches in this town and matchmakers and dating coaches meet up socially. There's about 35, 40 of us. And I look around that circle and see there is no competition. And I'll talk about this more in detail later, but the thing about it is we're all different because of different backgrounds. So what I'm saying to you is, if you're looking for help in your relationship, which I trust you are seeking guidance if you don't have it down perfectly, because most of us don't, you test drive. You vet them out. That's why in my work I offer a complimentary discovery session with my clients first, because I want to make sure, one, that they do like me and what I teach, and two, if honestly, I want to think if I want to work with them or not. That's healthy. I mean, there's more care going to that conversation than most people put into their dating life, and that's scary. So we do have a common mission, but we're all different flavors, and I'll talk about that in my scope later on, because I have a 10-minute window. In part, I'm leading off a share-a-thon this afternoon for the Prayer 10K group, which is a hashtag that's in my title. So, and exactly. And the other part of it, well, which is the kind of thing I was going to talk about as well, is with coaching. How many people out there need help with relationships? Millions, if not billions. I don't have time in the day to deal with all of them. So I know there's no competition, because it would take thousands of people like me to do the work for the people out there who need it. I can maybe do 10 coaching clients at once. That's over a 3-month period. Well, there's a lot of people out there, more than 10 people. So, and again, this one talk about later on, there's fundamental clarity about the choices you make. So again, I just want to recommend that you seek out help in the areas that you need to learn from people who can guide you. That way you can plan your future. From Russia, nice to have you here. And there are plenty of people out there, yes. I'm one of many relationship coaches just in Los Angeles, not in counting other parts of the country. And I'm actually in affiliation and partnership with a bunch of them, because we do summits together. And it's such an amazing thing to see people not even choosing it. And in some ways, I guess, because there's a naivete or a lack of information out there, people don't know all these resources are available. So, oops, I'm going to have to get off the scope in a minute, because I'll be on another one in 5 minutes. So I'm going to summarize quickly. So if you haven't watched the scope already, please go back and watch it from the beginning, but I'll just summarize a couple of bullet points for you now, because I sort of went down a path I didn't plan to, which is what happens with my scopes. We did not learn, most of us, very many famous and professional doctors from Russia work in the USA. That's good. Because the thing is, well, this is a whole other conversation about borders and stuff, which I'll talk about another time, because I have a particular passion about that as well. In this topic, though, I want to speak to the fact that there are the majority of people out here, I would say in the Western world, I don't know about the Eastern world, I don't live over there, have come through the education system missing key pieces of education about money and finances, about health and fitness, about relationships and love. And so I advise you to make sure you seek out counsel and guidance in those areas if you want to get better at them. So you're welcome, sir. Thanks for joining me. And again, for the ladies, I have a program I created, and this is the compact version. It's a home study program. There's the link. Thank you, Christy. Perfect for doing that. You were reading my mind. That's the summit next week I'll be speaking on next Tuesday. So, and we'll be scoping about that and then doing a phone call about it. So you want to be joining us. But for the quick offer right now, let me just get out of this frame again. This is your dating, oops, get my shirt out of the picture there. Your dating advantage. And the link to it, if you go to my website, which is barryselby.com, or also the loveconfidant.com, and your dating advantage right there in the menu bar is what you can choose. If you want to go to the direct link, is the loveconfidant.com/YDA workbook. And by the way, this is an online program that was $400 that now is on sale for $97. So that's a bargain. So that's that. And my book's on the website too, so you can go to my website and check out my book and my videos and other stuff too. And if you're looking for support in the area of relationship romance, check on the let's chat button, which is the first button in the menu bar. That is the link to my discovery session, because again, test drive the people you want to work with. Because yes, if you know you want to get help, that's great, but don't just go for the first one in the phone book. You know, choose wisely. So that's it. So, do you know where you're going? Well, get someone to help you plan your path, your map, your roadmap to where you want to go. In the area of relationships, certainly. There you go. And yes, exactly. Thank you, Christy. In the area of health, in the area of finances, in any area. I also do spiritual counseling, and I'm actually on a global meditation summit a couple of weeks, actually 10 days from now. And that's another part of my work. So, and that's going to be about 70 people leading that one. So there's a whole range of people. So there's lots of things out there for you to learn, study, and grow with. Take the time to find what you need. Get the help and plan your life accordingly. There we go. Cool. Thanks for watching my scope. Please make sure you follow me on Periscope. Tap the logo in the corner to make sure you follow me, and make sure you do come and join me, because I do a lot of scope every day. There's a whole bunch of my stuff out on catch.me. I think I have, just trying the sheet for that to show it, which I don't have handy. I guess not. Oh well. Celebi. I don't have it. My my prop sheets aren't there. Okay, so I'm going to summarize. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for being here. And I'll be back again tomorrow, and I'll be back on in about an hour, because I'm leading off the second round of the Perry 10K Share-a-thon. You can join me for that. So that's it. And again, summit next week. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you again soon. And if you're just joining me, go back and watch the replay, because it was pretty good, I think. I'll see you later. Bye.